They want us.
Then they're gonna get us.
This is your moment.
Dutton Ranch has finally ended, and it is here. And it's nice to get some good Yellowstone universe type TV, especially considering the train wreck of what I call Marshals. Now, I saw a lot of people defending Marshals. Sure, I guess. But yeah, to turn Casey Dutton, which I'm like, he was already kind of a monotone character. Let's be serious, the way, especially the way the last couple seasons of Yellowstone went. But it was, anyways, we're not talking about that. It was nice that we were getting a show about Beth and Rip. Easily, especially towards the end of this end of Yellowstone's run, the two best characters in the show and the franchise. And so Cole Hauser's back, Kelly Riley's back. This time around, we got Annette Bening as well, and we've also got, rounding out the cast, you got Jai Courtney and you've got Ed Harris. You got a lot of people. They've even got Finn. What's his name? Finn Little coming back as well. And this is absolutely outstanding. If I would give a standing ovation to this TV show. So the plot of this is that some things go on. I'm not going to spoil anything for you because I actually have a friend who's even like, hey, I was waiting till this ended to binge all of it. So without spoilers, I'm sure there's people out there like that. Basically, something happens, and Rip and Beth move to another ranch. I believe they said it's in Texas. I'm pretty sure because they're trying to put everything in Texas now. And they go out there, they buy up a ranch, and they're trying to basically Yellowstone. It's the Dutton Ranch. And you got all kinds of trouble ensuing. So, of course, you got new villains. You got, like, Jai Courtney, Annette Bening's son. Technically, she's a little shady, too, but she's all right, kind of. You've also got Ed Harris coming in to play, and he's not a villain. And you got other people like that, right? And this show, I almost want to call The Carter Show. Depending on if you like his character or not, I feel like bases the whole show. I swear to God, I think he got more screen time than Kelly Riley did. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's factual. That's just what I was feeling. When I tell you, outstanding. No offense, but one of my complaints in Marshals was, wow, does Casey have a son? Where's Tate? Tate was gone. Tate's at his granddaddy's house. Ooh, Tate at his mama, sister, uncle house. Why is he never at home with you? Well, you know, he's going through stuff. His mama died. Yeah, maybe his father should be around. Where's he at? Never in the show. Then when he's there, acting's a little wonky. Finn Little playing Carter. That is my guy. That is my dog. I hope that I don't know how. I don't have numbers like these big YouTubers, but I hope you saw me hype you up like that, sir. Because standing ovation for me. Absolutely. They put this boy through hell this season. At one point, he sees a death. Dude, he's out here crying. He's out here going through. I felt so bad for him by the time this season ends. I'm like, Jesus. Especially episode, I think this is 8 episode season. It's like 7, whatever episode is before the finale. Absolutely wrecked me, man. I was like, dude, I feel so bad for Carter. Because when you really put yourself in his shoes, you're like, Jesus. Like, his family's dead. He's living with Rip and Beth, who, you know, do love him. But once again, it's in a Rip and Beth type way, right? And you just really sit there thinking, it's like, you know, they never put him in school and all this other stuff like that. So, like, he's going to school in this. But he's like 20. And he's like, what is he? I think he's like a sophomore or junior or something like that. Like, getting bullied. Because they're like, dude, you're like old as hell up in school. It's just a lot of things that go on. And then on top of that, like I said, a lot of things happen to him. And so it's just like, Jesus, man. And like, I just love that. That's like one of the big things I love about this show is that these characters have like a lot of arcs. Like, I love, you know, you have the Beth and Rip dynamic, but you don't have it as much as I really thought you would. You more have Rip kind of like doing like the, you know, what he did like on the Yellowstone Ranch, where he's like, hey, I'm heading these guys, and we're going out, we're doing stuff. Meanwhile, Beth is like, you know, doing what she does. Like, she's like making the money, she's making the plan, she's, you know, figuring this and that out. She's like good with that stuff. And like I said, I like that they don't ignore the fact that they have a child in the show. And so Carter, you know, I feel like his storyline, I was connecting with that. I was like, Jesus, man, I feel for you, like I said. And I just love that they don't do that same stupid CWBS or like some of these other shows that you watch where whenever they have a child, they give them like the most by the numbers, like, oh, he's in high school, so we'll just have their storyline be some stupid stuff. Now, we'll get into that. Let's go and get into some of my negatives. There is some of those Yellowstone isms in there where they do some stupid stuff. So one of my least favorite characters in this show didn't start that way, but she went that way. Oriana. She is, as you guessed it, a very beautiful blonde, okay? Very much like in the other Taylor Sheridan show, which he produces, by the way. I don't think he wrote or directed any of these episodes, but still produced. Very much like in a Landman, where you have the two, like where you have like the mom and the daughter or whatever, and they like, it's like, what's their storyline? What's their purpose? And it's just here to be eye candy, okay, for the older men that watch this stuff. And so I like this content. I'll sit there and watch it. I'm like, good TV. And it is good TV until they do some of this stuff. So Oriana is literally in this to be just a hot blonde. She's got a couple of things that they add in because Jai Courtney and her have a connection, which I won't spoil, but there's some stuff going on with them and her with, some other characters. And that stuff is really cool. When that stuff opens up towards the end of the season, I'm there for you. That stuff is really good. Oh, first half of the season, though, it's literally just like, have her take off her clothes. And I'm like, okay. And so you're going to get that. So if you're like me, you like Landman season 1, but you already know that Allie Carter and them are going to get like their little, they got to do their little workout, type of whatever. That doesn't move the plot. You're going to get that here a little bit. But I will say, it's not as bad. You do not get a whole episode dedicated to them being hot. You don't get none of that. It's just 5 minutes here every now and then where it's like, okay, whatever. But even that, though, it actually does work for Carter's plot because they really just want to beat this boy down. They want to wear him down. They want him to suffer this season, and they give it to him. They make this boy go through hell. The performances in this show are so brilliantly done. Everything, I think, even from like the cinematography, like when they're like, ranching, when they're doing this stuff, when they're cowboying, all that stuff is so good. That was my favorite stuff in Yellowstone. Now, I had a friend who also watched this stuff. He absolutely hated that stuff. He was like, I'd rather, what happened to like when they were doing this and that guns. This and that. I like it when we just have an episode where they're just, he's like, yes, sir. He's like, hey, Rip's like, he's like, hey, go over there and get that bull over there. He's like, yes, sir. I love that. I'll sit there and watch you. I don't need a plot. You give me that, I'm just like, wow. Looking around like, oh my God. I don't know. I don't know if it's because we don't get Western stuff anymore. Big old school Clint Eastwood fan, cover some of that stuff on the channel. And I just want that stuff back. So when they give us like close enough, I'm eating it up, right? But even with that, I think that while Kelly Riley has I don't know if I'm just feeling this because the later half of the season, maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's fine, like in the screen time. Maybe it's just me. I just feel like she personally has less to do. She's got some good lines here and there. But there were like, I swear there was like some episodes where I'm like, where's Beth? It was a little odd a few times like that. But nothing enough where I'm complaining about, right? And I like I said, nothing where I'm complaining where I'm like, oh my God. Oriana's character, like I said, can kind of get insufferable sometimes, but it's not her fault. She's actually a great actress. It's just the way they write her. They're just like, hey, you're like a hot blonde in here. They're like, yeah, make her wear like the most uncomfortable thing possible. Like, I just wonder what dude was like, what 50-year-old man was like, yeah, writing that shit. But everything else is good. You get some of those old school Yellowstone stuff where, we're burying bodies. There's like stuff going on with like a ranch and stuff like that. Eating it up. I said, this is what Marshall should have been. Easy win for you, man. You gave me Yellowstone season 6. This is what this is. And I absolutely loved it. And so I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely amazing. And with that, like, subscribe for more if you want to hear. I'm going to cover them all. I'm going to cover them all. Next season, Landman, all that. We talk about it all. And if you're interested in that, like I said, like, subscribe. And I also want to thank my Patreon producers for supporting the channel. And if that's something that you're interested in as well, there will be links down below in the description below. You'll get extra videos and content and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, click on over. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Before it gets more complicated.
You go to war